Hello and welcome to Go JB Health Show. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody who is already tapping on the screen to give us those likes and also who are already sharing this video. If you are new to this platform, we encourage that you follow us. With that, you will be notified when we are live, but also you will be made aware whenever we post those educational videos, at least 1 to 2 videos every day. Well, also, if you believe in health promotion, in health education, if you believe that people should better understand their body so they could better take care of themselves, so we encourage that you help us to spread this news. You help us on this very important journey of educating people. So please, if you have not done so. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. My friend Colette, how you doing? Thank you. You already sending us roses. I appreciate you. Thank you for your appreciation. Thank you very much. Thank you for the love. From the get-go, we're already having people giving us gifts. So we appreciate that. Again, guys, thank you for being here. Once again, if you don't know who I am, my name is JB. I'm a family nurse practitioner, and I'm here for a very important purpose. The purpose of educating people about being the better mechanic of their body. Thank you already for the people who are giving us those likes. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support. Today, we're going to have a great day. We're going to be talking about some of the most common issues that females deal with. And mainly, we're going to talk about vaginal issues today. So that's what we'll be talking about today. Besides answering a lot of your questions that you'll be having here on this live, I will be here to be talking about some of those issues. A lot of my sisters out there are dealing with. So we'll be talking about these issues. We'll be looking at them, why you're having those issues, and how do we address them. Again, I am a family practitioner who believes that people should know how their body works. A family practitioner. Thank you for the people who are following. Again, people who are giving us likes. We appreciate y'all. Again, guys, just so you know, thank you for my friend Irreplaceable. It looks like who just give us some roses. We appreciate you, my friend Nicole. Good afternoon. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Again, my friend Irreplaceable is continuing to give us more roses. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Today, we're going to talk about this very, very important subject. I have so many female friends or female patients that would come here and they have those issues over and over, vaginal issues. So that's what we'll be talking about right here today on this platform. Thank you for being here. If you just joined, we encourage that you follow us. So next time, whenever we are live, you will know that we are live. And also when we post those videos, you're going to know. If you believe in health promotion, if you believe that people should be educated about how the body works, we encourage that you follow us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. Again, if you missed this show, if you missed part of it, this show, my friend Gay Steven in the house. Good afternoon, my friend. How are you doing? Thank you, my friend Nicole, for those balloons. Appreciate you. Now, this show, if you miss any part of it, it will be available. Now, I started recording the show and posted on YouTube. So on the YouTube channel at GoJB Health, you will be able to go there and watch this show later on this evening, later on tonight. We'll have it posted so many people could have. My friend Jay Walker, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So we are going to have a great time here with our friends, with all the supporters we have. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all. I'm glad that all of you are here to support us. Thank you. And we're here to say that we're going to have a great day, a great show where we'll be talking about some of those vaginal issues. We'll talk about why you have those vaginal issues and how do you address those vaginal issues. That's what we're about to do. Again, you who just joined, who is giving us those likes, those share, we truly appreciate you. Again, we'll continue to educate people. We'll continue to have that conversation with many of our friends. So thank you for being here. Here we go. Hello, my friend Juliet. How you doing? Good afternoon again, my friend Juliet, one of our subscribers. Again, guys, if you see anybody who is there who has like a GoJB name tag, it means they are a subscriber. So again, my friend Juliet in the house, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So my friend here says, typically I don't have any except for menopause. Okay, so menopause is something. Unfortunately, it's just something. It's the nature that makes that happen. So, but it's a good thing for you that you never had to deal with those issues. First thing we're gonna look at is, have you ever had, or do you know anybody who is dealing with that fishy vaginal odor? And sometimes, unfortunately, it is not the easy conversation to have. It could be sometimes people have their own partner. Thank you, Jacqueline, for sharing this live. We appreciate you. So sometimes it's such of not an easy topic. So it could be you have your own partner. They know that you have that smell, but they cannot even tell you. And the worst thing is that sometimes you're dealing with the smell. You don't even know that you're dealing with it because, again, you used to it so much that you cannot even tell that you are dealing with that. Anybody have been dealing with having a fishy vaginal odor that smells just like a fish. A bad fish. My friend Cotton Candy in the house. Thank you, my friend, giving us love, giving us appreciation. I truly appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Actually, I had a little thing here to do for when people give us some love and appreciation. Let me see if I could do it for my friend Cotton Candy and for all the other friends who are giving us love and everything and appreciation. So this is for you guys. I appreciate it. So again, what happens is when people are having those type of vaginal odor, it is very difficult to sometimes to know because of the fact that one thing that happens is it's such of a delicate topic. So a lot of the time people don't even talk about it. So you may have your own friend there, right? You may have your own friend who is there and they don't even talk about it because of the fact that they feel like they don't want to embarrass you, they don't want to make you mad. Or you may have your own partner, you may be dealing with this smell and they don't want to tell you because they feel embarrassed to tell you. But you know what? I'm right here. Your friend, your brother, JB is here. We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. My friend Ruvi, good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you. Every time I see you here, I'm happy. Again, so now that fishy odor, a lot of the time it comes with a very thick vaginal discharge. So you have a lot of thick vaginal discharge and you have that fishy odor. And again, I know a lot of the time people would say, well, I have a smell. This is just a vagina smell. Well, I don't know that's the right. I mean, really, if you do the proper thing that you're supposed to do, there shouldn't be really much smell down there. So again, my friend Kelly, my sister Kelly, how you doing? So the thing is, if you have that odor down there and you have heavy, thick, cheesy like discharge, okay, so then, well, if you don't have discharge, that's a good thing, but I'm hoping you don't have discharge and you don't have any vaginal odor. But if you have any of that, it is just not normal. And again, let not just sit here and call it just, well, it's just the smell of the vagina. That is just not normal. Again, as I said, your brother is here to sit here and talk about this with you, but your partner may not talk to you about it because, again, it's not easy for them. Again, everybody who are tapping on giving us those likes, we appreciate every one of you. The people, my friend Unique Lois, good afternoon. How are you doing? I'm happy to see you here. My friend Divasi, hi, my friend Divasi. How you doing? Thank you for being here. We're happy to see you. Today we're talking about this very important topic. My friend Stephanie. Hey, my friend Stephanie, Queen Stephanie in the house. Thank you for being here. I'm glad to see my friend Stephanie Gilliam. Thank you for being here. So we are talking about vaginal odor. So if you have that thick discharge, okay, and you have that fishy odor, you may have this one problem that that sometimes many women suffer from. And again, unfortunately, sometimes they don't even know, or again, after so many years, you may not even realize that you have it. And again, I think the best thing to do in this case here, thank you for my friend Cotton Candy who are sharing this live. I appreciate you very much. You know that I have a lot of appreciation for you. So the thing is, the best thing to do, actually, maybe we need to start having a better conversation with our partners. Baby, tell me. Tell me if you smell something, you gotta tell me. Let's just be open, okay? Because if you don't have that clear, open conversation with them, you may have that fishy smell there, but they may never tell you. So that's the problem. But again, you may have what we call BV, bacterial vaginosis, aka BV. So, which is a problem. My friend is here. My friend I Times. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the finger heart. I appreciate it. I take it with all my heart. I appreciate you. So, the thing is, if you have bacterial vaginosis, then it will cause you to have that fishy odor. It will cause you to have that thick discharge. Again, as I said, we're not gonna say, my friend, irreplaceable, that we cannot replace, because it keeps giving me all those ice cream cone. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. So thank you for the gifts. So the thing is, when you have that fishy odor, a lot of people will not tell you. But as I said, me here, your brother is telling you. Your brother is having that conversation with you, because I don't want people to be not hanging out with you, or they go and tell on you versus sitting here and having a conversation with you. I think it would be a good thing. It would be a great thing if you could have a good conversation with your partner. You could have a very good relationship where we could talk about those things. But to be honest with you, in a lot of relationship, it's not an easy topic to talk about. Again, thank you everybody who is liking the live. Thank you everybody who is sharing it. So again, my friend J Love, how you doing? I'm here talking about great things. We're talking about vaginal issues today. And we're not just talking about BV, but we're going to talk about several vaginal issues. I'm about to talk about this because I have so many of my supporters that are female, but I have so many friends, female friends or family or patients who are female that keeps coming here with those issues. So I think for some friend like I Times who are sharing this video, so I think my friend Colette who is sharing the video, I think it is very important for me to bring those topics so I could talk to my sisters, to my queen who are watching this video, so we could have a discussion. So I can help them, again, as my job, being helping people to understand their body better. So this is exactly what we are doing here. My friend Brown Sugar, how you doing? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Again, when you have that fishy odor and that discharge, again, if you just join, if you miss part of the show, it will be available on YouTube tonight. So what we do now, after the show, we go ahead and record it and we post it on YouTube. So it will be available on YouTube where you could watch it again. I appreciate you as well, my friend Gilliam. Gilliam, thank you for the appreciation. You know how much I appreciate you. You know how much I appreciate your support. And you are, as a matter of fact, one of the subscribers to this platform. So I truly, truly appreciate you. So the thing is, if you have that fishy odor and you have that discharge, you may have bacterial vaginosis. So again, if you have bacterial vaginosis, that's not at the end of the day. Now, one of the questions that I always have, people would say, well, JB, is it an STD? Well, BV is not an STD. That's one question that I could answer for you. It is not one of the STDs, okay? So when you have bacterial vaginosis, all that's going to happen, they're going to give you some medications. And usually, like over here, the most common medications is something like Flagyl that they use. And they give it to you, to be honest with you. You will go from 100 fishy smell, to 0 smell in a few days. It is just magic. And you're like, oh, wow. Well, I don't know, because the person themselves may not necessarily know the difference, because again, when you are used to that smell is around you. Muriel Fields, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. But when you have that smell and you are around that smell, that vaginal smell all the time, Pretty Pro, how you doing? Good afternoon. Then it may be hard for you to know whether there is a smell or whether there is no smell. And that's why sometimes you may not even be able to tell the difference. I have a lot of people who are sharing this live, a lot of people who are giving us likes. We appreciate all of you guys. We really, really, really appreciate y'all, all my queen, all my king who are under this live, sharing, giving us the love. We appreciate that. Again, if you missed a part of it, thank you, my friend Colette, for my friend Peely. Thank you, all those guys who are giving us roses. We appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, all of you. You guys are great. You guys are great supporter of this platform. But again, as we said, so now, when you have this problem, all you have to do it again, if you miss part of the show, as I said, if you just joined, we encourage that you follow us. But also, you could follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. But this show is being recorded and it will be replayed tonight on YouTube. It will be on our YouTube channel. And as a matter of fact, the past two shows that we had, they all posted on YouTube. So if you missed anything, you could always go on our YouTube channel and be able to see and take your time to listen to it, put it in the car. It's great sound. You could listen to it. You could have your friends listen to it and everything. My friend Gay Steven, you're very, very welcome. I have to say thank you to you for the support. So now we got this. I don't know if you just joined. We were talking about BV, bacterial vaginosis. We were talking about that smell that you have from your vagina, that smell, that fishy smell with thick discharge, that smell that you may have, but nobody else want to tell you that you have a smell because it's such of uncomfortable conversation. But again, as I said, me here, your brother JB, wants to come here and have those conversations. Those are the conversations that I have with my people. Because again, they come here all the time with those issues. And again, somebody has to have that conversation with them to say, hey, this is what you have. This is what's going on. Understand your body. Understand the way your body works. So again, BV, if you just joined, if you have more questions about BV, let me know. It's not much, but now let's talk about another vaginal issue that I have a lot here. Again, what I do is all my educations that I do with my patients. So I try to share that education with millions of people, with hundred thousands of people, with hundred thousands of you guys who are live. I'm taking this little time to share with you. So the other problem that I'm seeing, again, thank you for the people who are tapping on the screen. Appreciate it. Those likes, those shares, they go a long way. We appreciate everybody who are giving us roses, a finger heart, and all that great things. So we appreciate all of you guys. So the other issue that I have seen a lot here is somebody coming here with just having urinary frequency or urgency. So they come here, they say, well, I'm having issue. I pee frequently, or when I pee, it burns. So now they may use the word, when I pee, it stings. Okay. It stings when I pee. So now when you have those symptoms, the thing that I do, I have you come in. Right. And not be embarrassed. Yeah. Obviously my friend I Times, which is one of our subscribers to this platform, you guys could tell she has that Go JB name tag next to her name. And guys, just so you know, I have to remind you, you could always become a subscriber to this platform to support us even more by clicking on the subscribe button that is on the very top. That's a way to bring more commitment to this. But again, everybody, I have a lot of people join. Lady Bessie, thank you for being here. Again, we're about to talk about this very common issue that a lot of ladies come here with, and again, guy, if you're watching this video, one thing that you could do for me is be open. Try to create that channel of conversation. Ladies, try to be open to those things. So if your partner comes and say, hey, babe, I smell something, or I think maybe you need to check this out. Thank you, Zito, for being a new follower. We appreciate you. So if your love partner comes and tell you they smell something, please allow them to talk to you. And partners, come and talk to your partner. Tell them I have that little fishy smell there. So let's see what's going on. So again, everybody who's typing on the screen, thank you, my friend Poshai. Thank you for your love, Poshai Lee. Thank you for the support. Thank you. I appreciate your roses. Thank you again. But yeah, so have that conversation with your partner. Tell them that, hey, I'm smelling something. Again, this is something for guys like me to, I think we should be talking about. My friend says something about kidney disease. What about kidney disease? We've been talking a lot about kidney disease, but we're going to get to this real quick. We're going to be talking about it a little bit for you. And again, if you're new, you could always go to our platform. We have a lot of education about kidney disease already, but I'm going to write this down. So we will also be touching on kidney disease a little bit. So kidney disease. Good afternoon, my friend Wes. Whilst they're dry, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So yeah, we'll be talking about kidney disease. First of all, we're gonna be talking about some of the other most common issues that I have seen my queen, my princesses coming here, the ladies coming here with. So they say when I pee, it stings. So why? Okay, so I have a lot of new followers, like Betty a million. I have Robin Harris. I have Janice. All these new followers. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining this big, large group of Go JB Health Show, which is that platform that is producing education, that is trying their best to do health promotion. Thank you, Southern Girl. Thank you for being a new follower here. Or somebody say they are new here. My three. I thought I have seen you before, but anyway, if you are new here, this is a platform where we talk about healthcare. Today we are talking about ladies' issues. We talk about vaginal issues today. We already talk about BV, which is the issue that causes you to have that fishy smell. But again, this is a platform. Donna Dominor, thank you for being a new follower. This is a platform where we talk only about healthcare. This is one platform that if you go there, you're gonna see so much information about how do you do this, and it will be how do you do, like, how do I prevent a yeast infection, how do I prevent a UTI, and things like that. So it will be all about educating you on better way for you to stay healthy. Thank you, my friend Pasty William, who keeps sharing this live. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you for my friends who are yes, I had accident and fell. Okay, well, so yeah, that's what we are about. That's what we do here. Okay, do you have recommendation for good probiotic? So actually, one of the things you could do, people encouraging, there is a probiotic water. Actually, I do have it on my page, actually, through Amazon. There is a probiotic water. Again, I have a lot of people having very good experience with it. Definitely probiotic water is maybe a good thing that you may want to experience. Modu, hi, how you doing? Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Jordan, in the house. Hey, how you doing? Can men get, yes, men can, I'm assuming you put ETI, but I'm assuming you say UTI. Yes, men can get UTI. And again, we will be talking about this. My queen in the house, thank you, my queen C. She is actually one of the subscribers to this platform. Thank you for the rose, my friend. And my friend Modu is giving us roses. We appreciate y'all. So again, if you are new, please follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time. If you are new, just know tonight this video will be posted on our YouTube page. So if you miss anything, you will be able to do that. My friend Sophia is giving us love. 4 roses from, or 5 roses from my friend Sophia, 6 roses actually, 7. So 8, and I have my friend Quincy who just gave us 4 roses, but my friend Sophia went up to like 20 roses. We appreciate you. Thank you guys for the love, for the appreciation. I don't know how much I have to thank those people who are supporting me. Again, if you just new, follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time. This is all about healthcare. Again, if you haven't followed us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, follow us on those platforms. We try to push this education. We try to push it to as many people as we can. Tonight, this video will be available. The whole thing if you miss anything, like if you miss the treatment, the process or the diagnosis for the BV, bacterial vaginosis, this video will be available, and you will be able to still watch the whole thing. And with that, you could even copy the link and put it on your page, or you could send it to friends. So this is gonna be beneficial to you and to many other people. So again, thank you, my friend here, my friend Pashi Lee is giving us roses. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much. Again, the lady will come here, and again, we're gonna go to the men because somebody asked if the men can have a urinary tract infection. So I'm gonna tell you how the process works for the men. So now a person comes here and they say, I sting when I pee, or sometimes they may have urgency and everything. The first thing that I want to check is because remember, guys, it is very important when you have a urinary tract infection. The reason that it is so important to get it treated as soon as possible, the reason it's because if you don't get it treated as soon as possible, then you could end up with a kidney infection. Because I know that one time I drew the kidney and I drew the bladder and everything. I showed how this is happening. My sunflower, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. So again, everybody who is tapping on the screen, I love those little hearts. Those little hearts, they give us energy, they help us, they encourage us in what we're doing. So we appreciate all of you who are tapping on the screen. Again, if you have not followed yet, we encourage that you follow, just like my new friend One Sunflower, who just followed us. We encourage you to do that. So what I was saying, yes, I see a lot of hearts coming here. I see a lot of hearts. My friend Gay Steven in the house just give us a rose. We appreciate you, my friend. One of my very good supporter. Again, as a matter of fact, as I said, one of the actual subscriber to this platform. We appreciate you a lot. Thank you very much. So now my friend here asks you, why do you get water retain? Well, hopefully we're going to get a minute. We'll talk about this too. So we're going to talk about water retention, like edema. So we'll be talking about this at least for a quick minute, because I know there's a friend who asked about the kidney. So maybe we're going to touch on those two together. But first of all, when the woman when a lady come here and they say, it hurts when I pee, or sometimes they may have itching. Thank you, my friend Quincy, for sharing this video. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. So the first thing we do, we're going to check your urine. Okay, we check the urine. Again, as I said, it is very important that we take those seriously, because if I don't check your urine to make sure if you have a urinary tract infection for me to treat it, it could lead to a kidney infection, which we talked about this before, which called pyelonephritis, which is an infection that was in your bladder that travels up to your kidney. So when the lady comes in, we will take the urine. This is something we do quickly. It takes 1 minute. I have a machine here that we put a strip, we put it on the machine, we push the button. Again, guys, thank you, by the way, for pushing the button, the screen, for giving us those little hearts. We appreciate you all. So we push the button, and 1 minute, we're going to have a urinalysis results. So we're going to have the results. It will tell you if you have an infection. Again, what people confuse a lot of the time, they confuse an infection that is in their urine and an infection that is not in the urine. So if I'm checking your urine and I look at it, it says there is no white blood cell, like no leukocytes or anything, there's no nitrates in your urine. Well, it means, again, overall, these terms may be confusing, but overall, when I look at it, it says you are not having an infection in your urine. Thank you, everybody who are giving us those likes. We appreciate y'all. If you're new to this, please give us a share, follow us so you know whenever we are live. But more importantly, go on YouTube and on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us as well. This show, if you miss anything, it will be available totally. It will be fully available on our platform, GoJB at GoJB Health on YouTube tonight. It will be available there. But thank you for all those people who are pushing the screen to give us those likes. That makes me very happy. That makes me feel how much that you guys appreciate me, how much all those people out there, how much they like what we are doing, which is trying to educate you about better ways to take care of you. Because again, as I said, if you don't know how to take care of you, nobody will do it for you, number one. But also, if you don't know how it works, you're not going to be able to take care of it. So when when we check your urine, the urine shows you don't have any infection in your urine. Now I start thinking differently, okay? Because if the infection is not in your urine, so we need to figure out where's the infection, okay? So this is when I start thinking, my friend, my three, who are giving us roses. Thank you, my dear friend, my three, my dear friend, my dear friend. Thank you for the roses that you just gave us. We appreciate it. I have two, my other friend here, my friend Taturid Kisses. Thank you for the roses. Appreciate you very, very much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So the people who are new follower, we appreciate you as well. So now here's the thing. So yeah, my friend here say, we are the mechanic of our body. Absolutely. So you have to be, but remember, to be a mechanic, you need to learn. Because a mechanic that fixes cars, for instance, they learn how those parts work. So that's what I do. That's where I come in. Again, as I said, I don't replace your primary care provider. I don't replace your specialist. But my job, and if you look at all the videos, I can guarantee you, you go on my page, you look at those videos, you'll look at what I'm talking about. My job is trying to make you understand. When you understand, it's easier for you to be that mechanic. So the same way you have to understand a car to be the mechanic of this car, then the same way you need to understand your body, right? Chantrell, who is a new follower, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. So if you need to be a good mechanic of your body, I need to do what I'm doing here, which is teaching you the way your body works. So, but again, since we were talking about this, thank you, my Queen C, for sharing the video multiple times. Appreciate you. So, and the people who are tapping on the screen, my friend Modu, thank you for tapping on that screen. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the appreciation. I appreciate you very much. My friend Modu is one of the very important supporter to this platform of education. She's one of the people that says, yes, we need to push this. We need to keep giving education to the people. My friend Mildred is also a very important supporter of this platform, who always so my friend Dami, thank you, Jeremy, thank you for all those people who are liking, who are pushing on the screen. I truly appreciate every one of you. The people who are sharing, we appreciate you. Pastor William, thank you for sharing, thank you for liking, we appreciate you. Again, if you just join, we encourage that you give us a like, you give us a share. If you have not followed yet, we encourage that you follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time. This is just a journey. And this journey, I can't do it by myself. I need people like you to support me on this journey, on pushing this information out there for as many people to see it. Right, my friend partially, we need to push that information. Together, we can do this. I can guarantee you we could do this. We could reach, right now, we are reaching a lot of people. We're reaching like 1 million of people. Like in the past 2 months, we're reaching over 2 million people. It's a lot of people we're reaching. But I know every day we could reach even more people with your support, with the support of people like Monique Pitts, who is a new follower to this platform. I know we can do it. Mimi, how you doing? Thank you for being here. But again, so let's talk about this. So so the thing is, when you have when you come and we check your urine, if your urine is negative, now I'm thinking differently. So I'm thinking maybe you may have a yeast infection, okay? A yeast infection, just to kind of draw the difference a little bit, UTI, a urinary tract infection, is an infection that exists in your urine. So when we check your urine, it will show that infection. And when your urine does not show that infection, and I'm saying this because now when you go to your doctor, when they check your urine, you would know better what they're looking for, and it would give you better tool to talk to them, to have a better conversation with them. That's all we try to do here. So now what happens is, when you have a yeast infection, when we check your urine, it will show in your urine. If it doesn't show in your urine, then if it doesn't show in your urine, then I'm gonna think, do you have a yeast infection? Well, if you have a yeast infection, that's the simplest thing that you could have, to be honest with you. There's a video I think I just posted on yeast infection. Awakening, thank you for being a new follower. Awakening, we appreciate you. So if you have a yeast infection, then we will treat a yeast infection. Because again, as I said, the difference is urinary infection will be found in your urine. A yeast infection is a fungus. It's a fungus. Usually what it causes, it may cause a lot of irritation. Now, when I start asking you all the question, right, Beth Simpson, thank you for being a new follower. Married Bird, thank you for being a new follower. So when I check your urine, it will say no infection in the urine. However, thank you. I have a lot of new people. Queenie British, thank you for being a new follower. I have a lot of new followers. Partially, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. So if it's a yeast infection, it's an infection in the a lot of the time it causes irritation. So the thing is, when you have a yeast infection, a lot of the time the reason you have that burning is because when you pee, the pee is connected to that irritation, vaginal irritation. Again, one of the things that a lot of people with have with a yeast infection is having a lot of pain when they have sex, which I don't know if I posted that video already, but I do have a video that I'm putting out there. Shirley Franklin, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. But when you're having sex, that's another sign. It's like, okay, I have that burning. And plus, whenever I have sex, instead of me enjoying that pleasure of enjoying having sex, now I'm just dealing with a lot of pain. Okay, so you're having a lot of pain. That's also, and again, those things I'm saying, I'm not saying that's the only thing, but I'm talking from experience, and I'm talking about the one that are the most ones. Yes, my friend, prednisone can, prednisone a steroid, it can. So the thing is, if you are having those burning when you pee, those and you look in your vagina, it has irritation like all around, sometimes on the outside. Thank you, my friend, partially for giving us the roses. So you have that irritation in your vagina, and plus whenever you have sex. Thank you, the people pushing the screen, we appreciate you. Thank you for the people giving us like. Definitely Julia, thank you for being a good new follower, we appreciate you. So now you're having that irritation in the outside of your vagina. Okay, you're having that irritation, and when you pee, so the burning you have, really, it's not a burning that is from your bladder, because it's not a bladder infection, but it's a burning a lot of the time you have. Thank you, my friend Stephanie Gilliam in the house. Thank you. So the thing is, the burning you have, it's not a burning that is from your bladder, but it's a burning that when you pee, the pee comes out of the bladder and it gets to the irritation that you have in the vaginal area. So that's what causing you to be burning. Okay, so the pee touches, the pee has a lot of salt in it. It's like you have any little cut here. If you put some salty stuff in it, it's gonna sting. So that's why you have the stinging. But again, one of the things you look at is like, okay, I have that burning, I have that irritation, and whenever I'm having sex, it's hurting so bad. All these are really signs that, it's probably a yeast infection. But again, the first thing we do is, like I was saying, thank you, Red Chick. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. So the thing is, when you come, you have to go, because the thing is, the yeast infection is not, yes, there are a few things over the counter, but I don't encourage you to just try to take it on your own hand, because again, sometimes a lot of irritation can lead to you now having a urinary tract infection or having another infection. So the thing is, the best thing to do, thank you, my friends who are tapping on the like, we appreciate the people tapping on the screen. Again, if you're new, please follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time. You could follow us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. We are on all those platforms. Again, this show, if you missed anything, it will be available tonight on YouTube. The whole thing will be available. You could go there and watch it. Just go and follow us so you have a notification whenever we post it. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you for the new people. Sarah Lucas, thank you for being the new follower. We have a lot of new people following us. But again, as I said, so then you have a you have an infection. Hello, my friend from Mississippi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. Somebody's giving me a big heart, a very big gift with a big heart. And that's my friend in the house, my friend nurse_flying, giving me another big heart. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Again, by the way, guys, nurse_flying 911 is one of our subscribers to this platform. She has been a subscriber for quite a while right now. So my friend, we appreciate you. Thank you for being here. But yeah, so when you have that yeast infection, then what we do, we're gonna treat you, because again, as I said, a yeast infection is a fungus. So anytime, and you're gonna have, like, sometimes you have some itching in your vagina. Okay, so yes, I am appreciating you, my friend, nurse_flying. Thank you for being there to support us. But when you have that itchiness in your vagina, you have that irritation, all these are signs that possibly you just have a yeast infection. Now, if you have a yeast infection, all I have to do is give you an antifungal, a medication that works on fungus. We don't give you like antibiotics like we usually do. We'll give you an antifungal, and that antifungal, the one that we use here the most, we use that something like diflucan. A lot of the time, one pill. I'm telling you, I have had the experience. Somebody would come here and say, well, you know what? Every time I'm having sex, it's hurting so bad. Or every time that I'm having a lot of irritation down there when I pee and all that stuff. You check them, they don't have a urinary tract infection. I'll give them one diflucan. And the next day they would call, they say, well, this thing works like magic. Because the night later on they have sex, there is no pain. So again, this is how you address this. Now, I had a friend who was asking me, what about men? Do men have urinary tract infection? Yes, men can have a urinary tract infection. So again, it is not as common in men as it is in women, but men can also have urinary tract infection. Again, I'm going to tell you also what could happen in a man, because the man's situation is a little different. So again, if you are a man watching, or if you have your man, so at least you could share with them. You learn for them. It's a good thing. Thank you guys for everything you are doing. Thank you for my people who are sharing, who are giving us those likes and everything. Again, tonight, this whole thing will be available. It will be available on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch the whole thing if you miss anything. But again, if you are, it's common in older men. Okay, so the thing is, if you are new to this platform, we encourage that you follow me. If you follow me, you would know exactly whenever I'm live. I'm live every day. This show is every day starting 1 p.m. Eastern time. Every day we are live here, except for Saturday and Sunday. So Monday through Friday, we're doing Saturday, but we try to, ease it off a little bit. So we're doing Monday through Friday every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. this show is on. Now, when we finish the show, if you go on YouTube, you will see the show we had the day before, the very special show we had yesterday for Thanksgiving. So you're going to see all these shows. They're already loaded on YouTube. So after the show, we download the video, we record the video, and we post it on YouTube. So you're going to be able to see the whole thing from the start to the end. Because again, we're talking about a lot of female issues today on this platform. But again, if you have not done so, we encourage that you follow us on those other platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and all that stuff. So now let's talk a little bit about the man. So for a man, usually men don't have a lot of urinary tract infection. So it's not very common in men. And then one of the things I'm to tell you, when I see a man is having those urinary symptoms, I worry more about it could be like an STI, okay? Sexually transmitted disease. I'm not saying that's always what it is, but it is more common for men to have those symptoms from having an STI, okay, versus a urinary tract infection. Again, just to answer your question, obviously men do have urinary tract infection as well, okay? We just need to treat it. However, what I am saying, it is not as common as it is in women. So thank you, my friend Brenda. Brenda, for being a new follower. We appreciate you. Why am I so old? My friend Jen, how you doing? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Appreciate you. So, but anyway, for men, when they have a urinary symptoms, usually I'm thinking, well, maybe you may have an STI. But again, I'm gonna verify. And sometimes because those type of urinary tract infection is so uncommon in men, sometimes whenever a man comes here and tell you they have urinary symptoms, you like, well, it must be, where did it come from? And a lot of the time too, some of those STI could kind of put a man at risk to be having those urinary tract infections. So a lot of the time, if you are a man, you come here, even though I test you and you do have a urinary tract infection, a lot of the time I encourage you to get tested. Unless there's 100% that you don't have any risk, I encourage you to get tested for the STDs. Okay, because especially again, some of the STDs, is it connected to herpes? Well, herpes is something we talk about in our page, but we could talk about herpes in a little bit here. So the thing is, with men, because it is so infrequent to have urinary tract infection, when you see the urinary tract infections, you're like, oops, maybe you have a STD. But again, not necessarily they do, but I encourage them to get tested. Now, if a man has those symptoms, what we do is we check their urine, and especially if your urine is negative, I'm telling you, we will be checking you for those STDs. Again, let me tell you some of the STDs that are the most common to be causing those symptoms. Again, if you go to the doctor's office and you have these symptoms and they say, well, we want to check you for STDs, especially if you are, because this practice here, we do a lot of self-pay people. So if you are self-pay, we will make sure that we make you pay for what is the most important. If you say you want to do everything, obviously we'll do everything for you. It's always better to do everything. But a lot of these symptoms are most likely not from HIV, for instance. Okay. So we will make sure we will check you for things. Thank you, my sweet, that's my sweet friend. It's my sweet Coco, 1969. Thank you for sending me the rose. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Again, if you just joined, please follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time. Again, this show, if you miss anything, it will be available on YouTube tonight. We will be downloading it. It will be loaded on YouTube. If you missed the show yesterday or the one before yesterday, you can go on YouTube and also see it. So follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. This education, we're trying to push it. We encourage everybody to help us in this journey of trying to educate as many people as we can. As we were saying, the main STDs usually that would cause the man or the women to have those type of symptoms of like penile discharge or vaginal discharge, or having so having burning when you pee, or frequency and all that. So with a man, we check you, and it is not urinary tract infection. So obviously, if you are new here, my friend Kiana, thank you for being here. This is a platform where we educate people about healthcare. We encourage that you follow us. Again, if you miss anything since you are just got here, you could always go on our YouTube channel at GoJB_. You will be able to learn everything. The whole show will be loaded on YouTube tonight. So again, guys, give me feedback. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you were here and all that. We encourage people to give us encouragement, so that's what's up. But anyway, so the thing is, Misty Veras, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Stevie, thank you for being here. I'm glad you are here, even though you are new. But again, this is a platform where we educate people about better ways to take care of themselves. So all you have to do, follow us. So every day when we're live, you would be notified. Plus, you could always go on YouTube, and whatever you miss on the show, you will be able to get it. It's every day at 1 p.m. We are here live. I'm a family practitioner, and I decided to come here and sit down and talk to my people and educate my people about better ways to take care of themselves. Thank you for the people who keep giving us those likes. We appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. Lisa Betaglia, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you guys very, very much. But the things that could cause you to have those symptoms are mainly, you have things like gonorrhea, you have things like syphilis, you have things like trichomonas, and you have things like syphilis, gonorrhea, trichomonas, and there's one more: trick, syphilis, gonorrhea, and what's the other one? It's trick, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. That's the other one. So, but anyway, so these are the ones usually that will cause you to have these symptoms. So what happens is you have you have these symptoms. So what I was trying to say is, if I'm having you to do those STD, so usually I'll say, hey, you know what? I think if you want to do the whole panel, that's great. But especially if you don't have money, go ahead and do the one that are the most common to be causing this type of issue. So, but anyway, so that's what happens with this. Now, somebody was talking about kidney infection. Well, and I don't know if they were talking about kidney failure and everything. But one thing, let's say the first thing that I'm going to say is to protect your kidney, keep yourself hydrated. That helps you. In the last video, in the last show, or one of those shows that I did, we talk about the kidney being a strainer, being a filter, a filtration system. So what happened with your kidney, you want to protect them, because once they get to the point where they cannot filter, because what the kidney does, it prevents a lot of those bad stuff to get into your blood. So to do this, your kidney filters everything that is bad. It filters it out of your body. Thank you for the people like Mamu who just followed us. We appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. So what your kidney does, everything that you get in there, so it filters out everything that is bad that could make you sick. So that's why if you have any family member, if you know of any friends, you see every time they have to go on dialysis, my friend Bev Kim is giving me 4 roses. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. So what happens, you're going to see that those people, they have to go on dialysis. They become with a lot of inflammation. And let's talk about the flu, since we were talking about retention of fluid. So we could also talk about why you could have retention of fluid. So one of the really big reasons you could have fluid build up like in your legs and everywhere, one of them is your kidney. If your kidney is not filtering all this waste out of your body, then you become toxic. You are very welcome, my sunflower. Thank you for being here. So you become very toxic. And what happens is now you have that fluid buildup. That's why you have all this swelling in your feet. And what happens, the worst that you want to happen sometimes, and again, I lost my mom with kidney disease, but what happened is the fluid was building up in her leg and it goes up to her lungs. So she became with pleural effusion, where she has fluid buildup in her lungs. And that's how she ended up dying, because when you have that fluid buildup on your lungs, then up there in your heart, and your heart is failing because you have so much fluid and your heart cannot keep up with the fluid. So then you end up dying with really heart failure, but really because of your kidney that was not working. So this is why it's so important. I tell people, yes, we have 2 kidneys, but we only have 2. Okay, if you end up with kidney failure, we could always do a kidney transplant, but finding the match is the problem. So I have a lot of people, they're on that kidney transplant list, but the problem is, they cannot find somebody to match them. That's the problem. So again, yes, it is a good thing to think you could have a transplant, because that's a way for you. Thank you for everybody who are sharing the live. We appreciate it. But the problem is you cannot find one. So the best way, or my best advice to you, is actually you should actually try to protect this kidney, okay, by knowing what you're taking. And again, we always talk about this here, by knowing how you should manage your blood sugar, your blood pressure, first of all, preventing you from having those issues. But if you do, I think I have enough education out there that teaching you how to make sure you keep these things under control. Because again, you don't want to get to the kidney issue stage, and that's when you're thinking about it. That's why my job is health prevention, health promotion, is trying to help you so you don't get there, trying to get you to not get to the point where now you have to be looking for another kidney. Because there are ways There are ways. I know sometimes there are things that are inevitable, but there's a lot of things that we could do to keep ourselves healthy. Thank you, Kathy, for joining. Kathy is one of our friends. Yesterday, she renewed her, or the day before, she renewed her subscription with us. Again, thank you, my friend Kathy, already showing the love. Thank you for giving us those roses. We appreciate you very much. So the thing is, if we could find ways to keep that kidney healthy, that's the best thing that I'm gonna advise you. Now let's look at a few other things that could make you having swelling. If your heart if you have heart failure, that could also causes your leg to swell. So that's why it's a lot of the time I have a lot of people would be messaging on the show and say, well, what happened? What happened if I have if my legs are swollen? Where there's a lot of things that could make your legs swell. Things like having a blood clot in your leg, which is something that you don't want to play with, especially. And I have a video out there, especially if you just took a trip and you see those legs started swelling, you may have a blood clot. And the worst thing with a blood clot, if you don't take good care of it immediately, so then it could lead to a piece of clot travels to your lungs. Thank you for everybody who is tapping on that screen. Thank you for everybody who is sharing. And again, if you just joined, this thing will be available tonight on YouTube. So anything you miss, you just go to add go underscore JB Health on YouTube. You will be able to see us. Again, we try to record this show and put it there so more people can be educated about it. So that's what we do. But anyway, so as I said, so when if your heart is failing, it could cause that. Sometimes there are certain proteins like albumin. If you lack of this, it could cause that too. But again, we say blood clot. We were talking about blood clot. If you have a blood clot, that's why if you call me, anybody who says, yes, my friend Kelly, yeah, salt can cause you to swell up. Again, salt is not a good thing for us. We talk about this all the time. We say salt is not our friend. Salt is not going to help us at all. So again, if you just joined today, so far, we talk about BV, bacterial vaginosis. We talk about how it's important for your partners, how it's important for people who are around you to have a good conversation with them. So hopefully they could tell you that they smell that fishy odor down there. They could be comfortable with you to ask you that, because it's not the easiest conversation, but it's a conversation. Your brother here, your brother JB is coming here to have that conversation with you. This is a conversation that I have with a lot of my patients and sometimes some of my female friends. So again, that's a very important thing that you should know. I mean, again, sometimes you may not even know that you have that smell. Thank you, my friend Misty, for being a new follower. Misty Veris, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. So again, we also talk about the difference between a UTI and a yeast infection. Again, those things today, we were talking about a lot of ladies stuff. Okay, I wanted to do this for all my queen, my princess out there. I wanted to do this for them. And then now we were talking about the man having can a man have a urinary tract infection? We're just doing a little recap here, if you guys can tell. So then we say yes, the men can have a urinary tract infection, but a lot of the time those symptoms, they could be STD. Again, STD is very important for us to be tested. And I encourage people to get tested, because people sometimes they feel like if I get tested, it's just bringing me more stress. But that is not true. If you know you are at risk, or whether you just don't know, it's always good to know your status, because a lot of those issues, if you know early enough, you could always do something. You could always do something to help you, so you don't get worse. Even I'm talking about even things like HIV. If you look at a lot of videos that I have on my platform about HIV, you will see that a lot of the time there's things you could do with HIV, and it's always a benefit if you have it, because I do know, especially men like me, sometimes we don't want to know. We want to be like, okay, well, I don't want to. You don't even want to go to the doctor. Actually, I had a brother that was here, and I'm like, you know what, we're gonna do the physical today, because I know it's gonna be hard to catch you the next time, because I know you're not coming back in. So a lot of the time we don't like to go to the doctor. We think if we go to the doctor, it's just a waste of time, or it's causing us a lot of stress and all that stuff. But this is not true. I think going to the doctor is just a way to check yourself out to know how you're feeling. So again, it is to me it is a good thing to do. It is a good thing to do when you go to the doctor because it allows you to know how your body is and everything. But again, what we do here is try to educate people about the body. I want to say thank you to every single person. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of comments. Again, I should you lay down or walking if you have edema. Now, my friend, if you have edema, and again, edema, for those of you who don't know, it's leg swelling. So if you have swelling in your leg, so the first thing is if you think, again, if you have leg swelling and you know you're talking to your doctor, either, you talk to your doctor, you know what is causing your leg swelling, that is different. However, if you have that leg swelling and you have no clue what's going on, or maybe you were just on a trip or something, if you have any suspicion that it could be a blood clot, I would encourage you to not be walking on that leg, because walking on this leg is what can cause you to have what we call a pulmonary embolus. So where you have a PE, pulmonary embolism, so where you have a piece of clot travels into your lung, and this is a medical emergency, a true medical emergency. Again, if you are here, if you're new here, you could always subscribe to this platform by clicking on the subscribing button on top. It's another way that you could support us on the channel. But more importantly, we appreciate every one of you who have been there to share our stuff. Every one of you who've been giving us those likes, constantly tapping on the screen to give us those likes. We appreciate everything that you guys do. So everybody who asks questions, everybody who comments on other people's questions, we appreciate you. It's a blessing that I'm having so many people like my friend Joyce who are supporting us. So many people like my friend Gay Steven. I have so many people like Stephanie, like Nicole, like Mike Quincy. So all these people who are supporting us, the people who are tapping on the screen, we are very, very thankful for all our people. My friend Kathy, who are giving us more love here. 4 roses from Kathy. Thank you, my friend Kathy. Appreciate you. And again, I appreciate you for liking the live as well. But again, guys, if you understand, me being a family practitioner working on a clinic where actually I'm right here in Atlanta, but I'm in the middle of an area where there's a lot of people that are doing well, and you have a lot of people that are not doing well on my other area. So really on south of me is where people are doing well, and north of me is where people are not doing so well. So sometimes you're dealing with a lot of issues. You're seeing a lot of those patients, and they have a lot of questions. They need somebody who could sit here and listen to them. They need somebody who can educate them. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy sitting with those patients. I enjoy giving them my time. And that's the same thing that I do. I'm like, okay, a lot of the time, those people, you could see the smile in their face. Whether I work in the hospital, again, for those of you who don't know, I also work in the hospital. So, but whether the person, I'm in hospital or I'm here in the clinic, usually you could see the smile on somebody's face when you could answer those questions, when you can make them understand. Again, that's where this idea of being the mechanic of your body, that's where it came from. Because to me, it's always a very important thing when you could make people understand versus just telling you to do this or explain to you why you should be doing this. It's a total big difference. And that's why it make me do what I do. So again, if you look on this platform, you will see, again, thank you for the people who are tapping on there. My friend Modu, thank you for the likes. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, my dear friend. So the thing is, the reason that I do this, it's because of the love that I have for education. I'm very thankful and fortunate that I have the knowledge. So I have the knowledge so I can share it. All it takes is a time. Just take the little time to just do this. I mean, again, it's some work, because for me to be creating videos, posting on that page at least 2 videos every day, it's kind of some work. But you know what? I have the knowledge. Again, I don't force to do what I'm doing here because of the fact this is something that I do every day. So I do this every day. I'm sitting here. These are information that I'm sharing with people every day. So all I had to do is try. I appreciate you as well, my friend. So all I had to do is create a little time where I say, you know what, block the schedule. I'm not gonna see patient during this time. Thank you, Roma. Thank you, Roma, for being a new follower. We appreciate you. Just block the schedule a little bit and be able to be spending a little time with those dear friend here. And it's a lot of people who've been so supportive of what we are doing. It's a lot of people who've been there to encourage what we're doing. You know, the people who giving you likes and everything. I do know how busy a platform like TikTok is. Okay, so there's a lot of things to watch. There's a lot of places that you could go and spend your time. But you decide, like my friend Evelyn, who is a new, Evelyn Simpsons, who is a new follower. You decide to follow this platform. You decide to support this platform. And again, when you imagine all these people who subscribe to this platform, so they just want to be part of this, they just think it's a something that is important to the community, so they decide to be part of it. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And again, if you see, I am taking new strategies to try to grow on the other platform as well. Because what I'm seeing is there's a lot of people that are not on TikTok. Okay, so people, especially some people, you have some people, they just don't even know what it's all about. Okay, so what I'm trying to do now is expand it more, because with me being on YouTube, so all I have to do, or all anybody could do, is like, this thing is important. It's Joy 4444. Thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. All I have to do right now is just copy the YouTube link and send it to somebody. Anybody can do it. Anybody could see that information. It's very informational for them. It's very helpful for them. They may say, well, you know what, I'm going to take that link and send it to somebody else because I think that information can help them. Now in TikTok, you could always send the link, but especially a live video like this, when it's gone, it's gone. But what we do now that we make sure that we have this recorded, and we will be loading it on YouTube. So then at least later on, you could miss something and you say, well, you know what? Later on when I watch, I'm going to see what I missed. You could watch the show and his as a whole, So the thing is, that's exactly what we are doing. Thank you, Nicole, for being here. Nicole is one of the people who are very, very supportive of this platform. Nicole, Kathy, all these people have been very, very supportive of us. We have to give them the love. User 59, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Jeanette, Ken eating a blanket cause hormone patch. Thank you, Kathy, for liking. We appreciate you. Again, everybody who is here, we are very appreciative of you. We want to say thank you to every one of you. So continuous dehydration. So if you have continuous dehydration now, there are a few things. Number one, are you ingesting fluid? So are you drinking water? Okay, are you taking care of yourself? Because again, if you don't drink water, if you don't drink liquid, then yes, you're going to be dehydrated. You're going to not have water in your body. That's what dehydration is. The other thing is, especially if you're working out a lot. Okay, yes, a ton. Okay, now, are you having any other problems with maybe diarrhea or nausea or vomiting? So these things also can cause you to be dehydrated. So, and now my next question is, how do you know you are dehydrated? How do you know? So the thing is, I am if you are dehydrated, usually, especially on an outpatient basis, okay, the first place you're gonna know is by coming to your primary care provider. Well, okay, so you're diabetic. Okay, if you're diabetic, that's mean the reason you may be dehydrated is because you are losing a lot of water. So for people who are not diabetic, what happens with somebody who is diabetic, and one of the things that makes us test somebody for diabetes actually, is if you come here and you tell me you are urinating frequently, you keep urinating. When I check your urine, I may not see infection, but I may see glucose in the urine. So you're spilling glucose. It means your sugar is so high, your body is trying to compensate by removing all this glucose, by making you pee the sugar out, okay? So Trina, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. So that could be one thing that could cause you to be dehydrated. Yes, if you diabetes, if you're diabetic, that could be one of the reason. But again, with that, you really need to be having a good plan to decrease your sugar. That's how you will be able to take care of that. Thank you for the people who are tapping on the screen, like my friend Kathy, who are giving us those likes. I appreciate you, my friend. So the thing is, if you are diabetic, we need to keep your A1C down. We need to keep that sugar down because this is what is causing that. And that is not a good sign because now we're dealing with spilling sugar. We're dealing with being dehydrated. But now what I'm worried about is not even that. I'm worried about later on. We may have other issues because if your sugar is that high that you're spilling sugar through your urine, then your sugar is not managed. Remember in our other shows how we talk about the way if you keep your sugar high, how it could damage things like your kidneys. You remember it could damage your eye. How would you feel? You just see that blood is pumping out of your eye. I have seen people having this issue, you know? So how would you feel? This is what we call retinopathy. So how would you feel that you start having a lot of burning in your leg, a lot of tingling, cramping in your leg, like burning? Well, this is what we call diabetic neuropathy. So when you have those nerve damage in your leg, but how do you feel that you go to your doctor and now they're seeing your numbers being, the kidney numbers are wrong? I don't want you to get there, my friend. Now, what we should do, my dear friend, if it's you or if it's somebody you know, what I would love for you to do, my friend, is to check with your primary care provider. Again, one of the things that we say, we're going to take a few minutes to talk about this here. Taking a medication is one thing. But knowing that what I'm taking is working, be blessed. Thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. So the thing is, vegetarian diet is actually pretty good. Yeah, that's fine, my friend. Yeah, that's a good diet. I cannot be vegetarian because so far, I mean, sometimes I like my little meat. But yeah, vegetarian diet is pretty cool. But anyway, so what we were talking about, we were saying that so if you're taking the medications, yes, taking the medications, that's great. But now what we have to make sure is I'm taking this medication and it's working. And my friend, I know you've been part of this show before. You know, one of the things that we talk about, if you're diabetic, the best way to know that our medication is working, and thank you for all those people who keep on tapping on the screen. We appreciate y'all, guys. That's very, very lovely of you all for doing this, for supporting us like this. We appreciate that. But anyway, if you are diabetic and you're taking those medications, great. I appreciate that. You've been compliant. You're taking everything. So now, the thing is, if you are taking the medications but you're not monitoring your A1C, it's like you're not taking the medications. So the best way to know that your blood glucose is controlled is really by making sure that you are taking the medication, but also making sure that your A1C is controlled. If it's not controlled, now, even though you are taking medications, you're still running the risk of having those complications from diabetes. And that's what I would not want for you, my friend, especially if somebody's if somebody's dehydrated because they are peeing so much. Now, we could even have a high sugar where you end up with being a DKA. So a lot of the time when you come to the hospital with this, we usually what we do is put you give you a lot of IV fluid because again, that's what will help to first of all to replenish your fluid, but you also dilute that sugar that you have in the system. Somebody is pre-diabetic. Well, if you're pre-diabetic, it's a good thing you know that you're pre-diabetic because there are ways that you could prevent yourself. There's hundred thousands or million people in this country, in the United States, who are pre-diabetic. The good thing, when you know, then you could do something about it. What do you do? Well, if you're pre-diabetic, you should be trying to prevent yourself from getting to the diabetic stage. You can do that. All you have to do is diet and exercise. I have a lot of my patients who come here, they are pre-diabetic. A lot of my patients, I end up telling them, hey, you know what, go home, do some diet and exercise. We're not going to put you on any medications at this time, but just do diet and exercise so we don't get there to that number that would qualify you as being a diabetic. So when you have to put you on medications and now you have to be dealing with all that stuff, all you have to do is eating a proper diet. The best diet for a pre-diabetic, you should be eating a low glucose diet. Avoid all those concentrated sweets. And again, thank you for everybody who is giving us likes. We appreciate all of you. The people who are sharing as well, we appreciate it. So you should be eating a low concentrated sugar diet. So you should not be eating a lot of sweets and all. So that will be the best thing. The other thing is exercise regularly. So you should be exercising. You should either, if you can go to the gym, just like I do every day, you go to the gym, work out. That would help a lot. However, yes, my friend, okay, you exercise as well. That's great. That's great. Keep exercising. Thank you for the people sharing. Thank you for the people liking. If you just joined, again, this is a show where we talk about healthcare. Today we talk about bacterial vaginosis. A lot of ladies' issues. Bacterial vaginosis. We talk about urinary tract infection. We talk about yeast infection. We talk about men and urinary tract infection. So we talk about a lot of stuff. If you just join, just follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time. But if you missed the part of this show, later on tonight, it will be available on our page on YouTube. So you go to YouTube, you will be able to subscribe to us and be able to watch the full show and see everything that we talk about. We're here every day at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday. We're here to provide the show to you. User 94, thank you for being a new follower. Yes, Shelly, Shell Welly, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. So the thing is, I'm glad that you learned a lot about healthcare. This is the part of this. This is why this show is here. It's not about, yes, we joke around because in life you cannot be too serious, but it is about education. Again, this is about education. This is about things that I know. This is about my knowledge that I'm sharing with a group of friends. Some of them, many of them, I know they're right here in the U.S., but some of them may not even be in the U.S. So wherever they are, we are here having a conversation with them where we try to educate them on better ways they could take care of themselves. So again, if my friend tell me you are pre-diabetic, the things that I told you, if you do those things, to be honest with you, you're never going to go to the diabetic stage. However, if you sit down, you're being sedentary, you don't work out, you keep eating a lot of sweets, you keep doing the bad things, okay, concentrated sweets and all that, well, I can tell you it's a matter of time, but it will be coming to you. You will be becoming diabetic. So this is why I say a lot of the time, so we have things that we could avoid and things that we don't have anything that we could do about, so that's what I'm talking about. So the one that we can avoid, we go ahead and avoid them. Let's go ahead and do something about it. Again, thank you everybody who is tapping on that screen. So somebody has yeast buildup on their tongue. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Thank you, Bird of Prey on 8. Thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. Again, if you are a new follower, that would allow you to know whenever we are live the next time. Grace Smith, thank you for being a new follower. It would allow you to know. It will send you a notification whenever we are live the next time. Rose DM, thank you for sending the rose. I appreciate you. You are Rose, and you sending me a rose. What's a nice thing. So thank you very much. Appreciate you. Tricia, thank you for being a new follower. Good afternoon, Ali T. Oh yeah, my friend, how you doing? I have not seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. We're glad to see you as usual. We are very happy to see you. So that's what we do. User 94, hello. Thank you for the presentation. Please, how can I know I'm pre-diabetic? So to know whether you are pre-diabetic, all you have to do is go to your doctor, have them check your A1C. But again, usually whenever you go for your physical, like any patient who comes here for their physical, what I do is go ahead and check them on A1C. Hess Jones, thank you for being a new follower. We appreciate you. Where do you have me? So I understand, my friend, but thank you. It's glad to see you today. It's very happy to see you today showing up. We appreciate you. But again, so if you want to check if you are diabetic, all you have to do, you go to your primary care. Usually they do this on a physical. They will check your A1C, hemoglobin A1C, which tells us how have your sugar been in the past 2 to 3 months. So it's the best test that you could do. Number 2, Mama Nadine, thank you for being a new follower. Again, guys, let me see here if there's a few questions here that I see. Again, guys, I'm sorry. It's a lot of things going on here. So, I'm sorry. It's a lot of things going on here, but I really appreciate so many people who are supporting. I really appreciate so many people who are part of this platform. Again, this platform is all about educating people about healthcare. If you are new here, we encourage that you follow us so you know whenever we are live the next time, so you don't get to miss it. But also, what's gonna happen if you go on YouTube and you you subscribe to our platform on YouTube, on Instagram, we usually take that show. That show is we record it and we post it on there. My friend, he said, great show once again, very educational. Thank you, my friend Renee Clark. From my friend Renee Clark, thank you for your support. I really appreciate you. Donna, thank you for being a new follower. Again, I have a lot of new people following our platform. We have a lot of people supporting us. Again, as I said, this thing that we're doing here is not just ours, but it's kind of a group effort. I have a lot of people supporting me on this. A lot of people like a lot of the friends who are subscribing to this platform, a lot of the friends who've been sharing our stuff, who've been following us on the other platform like Instagram, like YouTube. So again, it's everybody together that is making that happen. Everybody together. With everybody together, we could do a lot of stuff. We could definitely educate as many people as we can. Again, I am not a pastor, as I always say. I'm not a preacher, but I am just a family practitioner who believes in education, who believes that people should know better about their bodies, and who believes, again, this message is always sent to even it's like you have a lot of people who are it's just somebody who believes that more people should know about their bodies. They should know how the body work. It shouldn't be about, okay, let me give you a medicine, let me give you this, let me give you this. Well, no, it should be about just knowing, why are you taking this medicine? Why do you have to take it? That's what it should be about. That's why usually we talk about we don't replace your primary care provider. I still think you should go to your doctor. I still think it's very important to get your stuff checked out. But again, what I do here is accompany you so you could have a better understanding. So you should have a better ways of knowing how your body works. And again, ask them questions that you don't have to be just sit there and they say, I'm giving you I'm giving you this, but then it's like I'm just giving it to you. No, you should know exactly, so you should just know that I'm doing this, but I'm doing it for this. So like if you're taking blood sugar medicine, you should know that, okay, yeah, I'm taking it because I want my A1C down. So this is exactly what we do here. So again, guys, thank you very much for the support. Thank you for being here. Again, I'm happy for the support that I got from all these people. Again, I think we could do positive things. It shouldn't be necessarily about how can we. It shouldn't be about, okay, how many times can you come to an office, but it should be more about what do you need and why are you taking these medications, and how much time could we spend with you to educate you about the things that you are taking. So Willie, again, my friend Teresa, yes, education, my friend, absolutely, that's what it is. My friend Teresa, thank you for sharing. It's my pleasure. I'm happy that I could share this. Again, if you're new to this, we encourage that you follow us. You could also follow us on the other platform. Again, this is a platform where we talk about education. If you follow us, you would know that we have a lot of other videos that could be very helpful to you. If you ask a question here and you didn't get an answer, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. It's a lot of things passing through here. Thank you for all those people, Maya, Judy, for sharing the live with more than 5 friends. Thank you, user 58, for being a new follower. Thank you, Teresa, for sharing the live. Again, all of you guys, I truly appreciate you. Again, if you go on my platform, you will see there's a lot of things. Thank you, Sunfire, for being a new follower. We appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Again, so we are here, and we were happy that we were here. Okay, so somebody say another question. User, okay, so another question. I have one of my parents who is diabetic. Does that mean I am, well, so diabetic is hereditary. So that doesn't mean you will have diabetes, but it just means, like, my mom was diabetic. I'm not diabetic. Again, I guess it's still a little early too, because I'm on my early 40s, but I am not diabetic, and a lot of my brothers, my sister, they're not diabetic. So there is that chance of becoming diabetic, because there is a part of it is hereditary. But again, that doesn't mean necessarily that you will be diabetic because your parents were diabetic. However, what it gives you, knowing that your parents were diabetic, if I were in your shoe right now, I would do my very best to make sure that I take good care of myself. I do good exercises and all that. So then I'll try to do all these things to make sure that I don't become a diabetic. I think that would be the best thing that you should do for yourself, to make sure that you are not or you don't become a diabetic. So really, that's what I would do if I were in your shoe. Again, guys, thank you very much for being here. Tomorrow we'll be here again. We'll be live 1 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be here. We'll be talking healthcare. So guys, I'm hoping to see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for the support. I truly appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate the people giving us the likes. I appreciate all the people who give us roses, who give us the gifts. We appreciate it. We appreciate the collaboration, I would say. It's a lot of people who collaborated with us to make this possible, who are encouraging us. People like Teresa. I appreciate you too, Teresa. Thank you for all those people who are giving us those little likes, those little hearts. Every one of you, I love you so much. And again, if there's anything that I can help with, just let me know. Again, I'm not here to replace your primary care or anything. Don't worry about this. But my job is to help you so you could have that better conversation. Thank you. I have a friend who just followed us on Instagram. My friend Umi, 704. Thank you for the rose. My friend Umi, again, giving us more roses. We appreciate you. But again, our job is to be here and have a conversation with you. Bridget, thank you for being a new follower. Marilyn, thank you for being a new follower. We have this conversation with you so you could have a better conversation with your doctor. Pretty much, that's what it is. It's nothing hidden. It's more like, okay, well, now when I see my doctor, maybe I could talk to them about this. We cannot prescribe you medicine through here, through what we do here. We could only encourage you. We could only tell you how the body works. Based on that, you will be able to determine, okay, this is what conversation that I can have with my doctor to keep me healthy. So you should be able to have that conversation so you know how things going. Because again, the reason I'm doing this, I have so many patients. For instance, somebody's giving me a crown. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. My friend, Heaven ZBEZST. Well, my friend Heaven gave me a crown. What's a nice crown to get from my friend Heaven, So that's amazing. I appreciate it. But again, so as I was saying, it's just a way to help you so you could have a better conversation with your doctor because sometimes people taking the blood pressure medications, they have so many bottles on top of bottles. Before you know it, they are taking 2 medications that is the same medicine, but maybe different bottles, but they're taking both of them. So it's all lack of education. But what I want you to do by watching this program here, this show here, is for you to be able to, when you talk to your doctor now, you could say, well, I'm taking blood pressure medications. What's the plan? How are we going to keep that blood pressure down? That's the most that I'm interested in. I'm interested in how down is your blood pressure. I'm not interested in how many medications you're taking. You may be taking one medication. If it controls your blood pressure, I don't care, because what I care about is for you to not develop those secondary issues from develop secondary issues from from diabetes or from your high blood pressure, like kidney disease or heart problems and all that stuff. That's what I don't want you to have, or to have a stroke. So I don't care. You don't have to say, hey, I'm taking 10 medicine. Yeah, you're taking 10 medicine, but is your blood pressure controlled? Okay, that's what matters. If your blood pressure is not controlled, then it's like you're wasting your time. Pretty much, that's what you're doing, because again, you're only taking the medication to help you. Do you ever recommend a dry herb? The herb, I don't do those recommendations because of the fact that they are not FDA approved, and I only prescribe medicine that is approved by the FDA. So that's why I try to stay away. But you could always go. I think there's some great things from herbs. So I would go to the health food store. Usually they will be able to give you some good recommendations based on the I guess based on the feedback they get from the different clients. So that would be probably the best way to go about this. But anyway, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. It is a pleasure that I was here with you today. I hope I was helpful to you. So y'all go and have a great day. I appreciate you.